Alright folks, let's talk about one of the most underrated aspects of Marvel Rivals, the maps. Sure, we're all here for the epic battles and those chef's kiss superhero powers, but can we take a moment to appreciate the maps? Each one is not just a battlefield. It's an interactive playground with destructible environments, jaw-dropping designs, and enough Easter eggs to make a comic book fan squeal. Seriously, if you haven't stopped mid-match to check out the background details, you're missing out. Just don't blame me if you get KO'd while sightseeing. Now, here's the deal. Marvel Rivals has 7 maps spread across 3 main game modes. And while they're all unique and tied to specific modes, that makes it a little tricky to rank them purely on gameplay. But don't worry, we're diving into which maps you should be most hyped to play on, and why some of them might make you wish every mode had a free roam option. Ready to explore? Let's jump in. I'm quickly moving on to the video. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching. Alright, buckle up because we're diving into Shin Shibuya, one of the 2 Tokyo 2099 maps in Marvel Rivals. Imagine Hanamura from Overwatch got a neon-drenched cyberpunk makeover and sprinkled in a few cheeky Marvel Easter eggs like the Alchemix HQ or Pixel Corp signs. The vibe is stunning, no doubt. It's got that slick futuristic Japanese aesthetic with glowing alleyways and soaring vertical spaces. But hold up, let's talk gameplay, because Shin Shibuya isn't just here to look pretty. This map is all about convergence mode, which means tight, claustrophobic alleyways and tons of sneaky corners. You'll find yourself peeking around every corner, expecting an ambush, or setting one up yourself. And those vertical spaces? Oh, they're prime real estate for strategist-class heroes to rain chaos from above. But I've got to say, while it's tense and tactical, Shin Shibuya sometimes feels like it's missing a bit of that wild, anything-can-happen magic you get on other maps. Maybe it's the narrow pathways forcing you into more predictable plays, or maybe it's just me. Either way, it's got its own flavor. Pro tip, if you're near the objective, keep your eyes peeled for healing packs. They're everywhere. Seriously, these little lifesavers are your best friend during a heated skirmish. And hey, even if you're getting steamrolled, take a second to appreciate the art style. The neon glow and cyberpunk vibes, chef's kiss. So, grab your strategist, plan your ambushes, and let Shin Shibuya show you the future, Marvel style. Alright, let's talk about Spider Islands in Marvel Rivals, a map that feels like a postcard from the future with a splash of chaos. If you thought Shin Shibuya was intense, this one brings the action while somehow making you stop and admire the scenery. Picture this, tranquil Japanese gardens, traditional temples, and charming wooden houses. Now throw in some sleek, futuristic twists, and a convoy tearing through it all. Yeah, it's a vibe. The beauty of Spider Islands isn't just skin deep. The map design really makes you think on your feet. Those wooden houses, totally destructible. And that means when things get tight, you can literally smash your way to new opportunities. Whether you're an attacker looking for a sneaky flank or a defender desperate to hold the line, those wooden structures add a dynamic layer that's as strategic as it is satisfying. Plus, who doesn't love the sound of chaos in a garden? Now, let's talk heroes, because picking the right class can make or break your game. Vanguard is the MVP here, no question. The tight alleyways make it tough to stop the convoy, but with a good Vanguard leading the charge, you've got the tools to clear space and push through. And when those destructible houses come into play, it's dual central, baby. So grab your best Vanguard build, admire the cherry blossoms for like a second, and then get ready to make some serious noise. Alright, let's talk about one of the most breathtaking maps in Marvel Rivals, Igdrasil Path. Imagine Asgard and the mystical world tree having a baby, and then Loki comes along and decorates it with mischief and chaos. That's what you're playing on here. Grand Asgardian statues, sprawling outdoor pathways, and sky-piercing buildings that just scream, take the high ground or regret it. Oh, and convoy mode, chef's kiss. This map was made for it. What makes Igdrasil Path so special? It's all about the mix. You've got narrow alleys perfect for setting traps, but then you hit these wide open spaces where flying heroes can dominate. Seriously, if you've got a flyer, use them here. They'll thank you later. Plus, the buildings, pure tactical gold. Attackers can perch up top, raining chaos on defenders trying to protect the convoy. But don't think defenders are out of luck. If you're smart, you'll target those structures and send attackers crashing down. Loki would approve of the mayhem. Now, duelists? Oh, this is their playground. Fast, agile heroes who can dart between alleys and leap across rooftops really shine here. The pacing feels balanced, with just enough room for ranged and melee players to have a fair shot. Compared to Spider Islands, this map just flows better. It's a perfect mix of strategy, action, and a little bit of Norse mythology flair. If you haven't played Convoy on Igdrasil Path yet, trust me, you're missing out. Alright, let's talk about the crown jewel of Marvel Rivals maps, the Hall of Jolia. This isn't just any battleground, it's a visual feast that feels like a love letter to Wakandan culture. The statues, the architecture, the lush details everywhere you look, you can practically hear Shuri giving you a tour. And the vibe? It's this calming serenity that feels almost meditative. Until, you know, the chaos starts, and its vibrancy meets velocity. But don't let all that beauty distract you. This map is all about verticality. Seriously, there's a lot of up and down action going on here. And while it mostly feels balanced, there are a few spots that make you side-eye a bit. You know the type. Too high, too obscure, just begging for someone to camp up there. It's not a huge problem in quick play, but in convergence, yeah, you'll notice it. That said, the map's size is spot on for the mode. Tight enough to keep the action flowing, but big enough for strategic plays. You're gonna love how it forces you to think on your feet. Pro tip for my attackers out there, when you leave the spawn, keep an eye on the massive tree to your left. I promise you, there's a high chance some sneaky DPS is tucked behind it, ready to ruin your day. Clear it out, take control, and make the Hall of Jolia yours. Wakanda forever? More like victory forever. Oh man, have you ever stepped into BeInThala and just paused to soak it all in? I mean, come on, serene waters, massive spacecraft, and living statues. This map isn't just a battleground, it's a straight-up work of art. But don't let the beauty fool you. Once the match gets going, it's anything but tranquil. Especially in domination, this place transforms into a whirlwind of strategy, chaos, and heart-pounding moments. And trust me, you'll feel like you're part of an epic Wakandan battle every single second. Now here's the catch with BeInThala. It's got these super simple, wide-open objective zones that look like they'd be easy to lock down, right? Wrong. The platforms are totally exposed, and the last thing you want is to be caught standing there like a sitting duck. That's why most of the action happens away from the objectives. People are sneaking around, setting traps, and clashing in the side lanes. But when someone does make a push for the point, oh boy, it's like all hell breaks loose. Suddenly, the quiet buildup explodes into absolute mayhem in the center. And if you're rolling with the Vanguard class, congratulations, you're officially the MVP of this map. Vanguards can hold their ground like no other, soaking up damage and making those clutch plays to capture or defend the objective. When the chaos hits its peak, you're gonna feel like a Wakandan warrior out there, leading the charge and turning the tide. Honestly, it's what makes BeInThala one of the most electrifying maps in Marvel Rivals. Picture this. You're in the middle of an epic domination match, and the scenery around you looks like it's straight out of a Norse legend. That's IGS Guard, Royal Palace for you. This map doesn't just look grand, it feels grand, with its sprawling Asgardian architecture that screams royalty. Whether you're charging through the majestic Bifrost Gardens or plotting your next move in the throne room, every corner of this map is dripping with detail and atmosphere. It's like you've stepped into Odin's playground, and you've got a score to settle. What makes IGS Guard so exciting is the diversity in terrain. One minute, you're locked in a heated skirmish under the open sky in the gardens. The next, you're dodging around the tight, ornate corridors of Odin's archive. These shifts keep you on your toes and make every domination match feel like a unique adventure. Plus, the mix of indoor and outdoor zones means you've got to be smart about your hero picks. The Strategist class really shines here, with its ability to adapt to all those different settings and turn the tide of battle. And can we just take a moment to appreciate how much fun this map is? It's not just the visual splendor that sets IGS Guard apart, it's how alive it feels. The layout encourages bold plays, sneaky ambushes, and some seriously intense showdowns. Whether you're a fan of wide-open spaces or close-quarters combat, this map has something for everyone. Honestly, it's maps like these that make Marvel Rivals stand out, and they're why we keep coming back for more. You know what separates good players from great ones? Mastering the map, and Hell's Heaven in Hydra Charteris Base is the ultimate playground for that. This isn't just a domination map, it's a chessboard where every move counts, and the pillars are your knights, rooks, and bishops. These moving platforms, They're not just obstacles, they're your best friends if you're playing smart. Now, let's talk strategy. The dynamic pillars aren't just there for show, they're the key to outsmarting your enemies. Need to escape a sticky situation? Use a pillar as mobile cover. Got a duelist on your team? Even better. Their agility and fast-paced combat style shine here. You can dodge, reposition, and keep the enemy guessing while maintaining control over the objective. And trust me, when you land that perfect ambush thanks to the map's verticality, it feels so satisfying. And hey, this isn't a map for the reckless. Charging headfirst into the objective without understanding the layout? That's just gifting points to the enemy team. Instead, scout the angles, climb to higher ground, and use those unsuspecting pathways. Whether you're sneaking around or holding the line, Hell's Heaven rewards players who think ahead. Play smart, use the map to your advantage, and this is where you'll dominate. Literally. Alright, let's talk about Clintar Symbiotic Surface, the map that feels like it was ripped straight from the pages of a comic and dropped into Marvel Rivals. This isn't just a battleground, it's a living, breathing playground for strategists and explorers alike. You know that feeling when a map doesn't just look good, but feels alive? That's Clintar in a nutshell. The sheer size of this map means you'll constantly be on the move, weaving through its intricate pathways and uncovering hideaway spots that beg for clever tactics. But don't get too comfortable. Staying in one place, especially in those tight corridors, is a one-way ticket to the respawn screen. The design here forces players to adapt and think on their feet, making every second a nail-biter. And those gray blobs scattered around? Absolute game changers. You can smack them to create elevators, bridges, or whatever wild escape route you can dream up. It's like the map is daring you to experiment and rewarding you for it. And let's not forget how fair it all feels. No cheesy camping zones or unfair advantages for one side. Just a level playing field where skill and creativity shine. Clintar nails what every map should strive for. Not just a place to fight, but a stage for unforgettable moments. Whether you're pulling off a last-second escape or setting a trap for an overconfident rival, this map ensures the drama never stops. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.